Lots of bird noises, so it's peaceful. Busy and chaotic Marrakech here in Morocco. It feels a lot more organised in the chaos. Where else can I visit in Morocco?
I have arrived at my final destination on this Morocco trip, the unforgettable, vibrant, bustling city of Marrakech. As with the other cities I've visited in Morocco, I got the train, this time from Casablanca to Marrakech. The difference in landscape between the two cities was already apparent.
Welcome to the very busy and chaotic Marrakech here in Morocco. Now, I'm having my first little wander around and I've entered one of the main places where there's lots of sellers, lots going on. I'm sure you can hear in the background, lots of drumming going on, lots of horn noises, but it's also a place where I've seen lots of interesting sights. So there's obviously snake charmers. It's a very common thing here in Marrakech. People pay to have a look at the snake charming. I've seen monkeys on chains, lots of card tricks. Yeah, it's chaotic. There's also lots of street stalls, lots of fruits being sold. But yeah, it's an opportunity for people to try and make some money. It's still fairly early in the morning here in Marrakech as well, so I can only imagine later on it being even busier. But it's yeah, it's an interesting place. Lots of people screaming for your attention, trying to get you to buy one of the juice like behind me, trying to get you to either hold a snake, watch the snake show, hold a monkey. It's yeah, it's crazy. This square is called Jemaa el-Fnaa, which I'm sure I butchered that pronunciation, so I apologise for that. But it gets well known to be an area where all this happens. It's a very popular place for it. So obviously a lot of tourists here, a lot of locals as well. It's yeah, fascinating. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the snake charming or the monkeys on chains, but I just think when you're somewhere where it's ingrained in the culture, you've got to maybe engage with the culture a little bit. Yeah, there's two monkeys there that are happy, but yeah, I'm not going to judge. You know, it's not my culture, not my country. It's interesting to be around, but yeah, I wouldn't ever want to pay towards it personally. It's just not my thing. That's the thing. At the end of the day, I prefer to see animals more in the wild or just doing their own thing. But like I said before, I'm just heading around as much as I can of Marrakech today. It's about the fourth biggest city here in Morocco, so it's not as big as some of the ones I've been to so far, but it's obviously full of culture. It's known as the Red City because of the red brickwork. So I've mentioned before, Marrakech isn't just snake charmers and sellers. There's obviously a huge cultural impact of this ancient city. And even right now, a very, very impressive building. Which is the Koutoubia Mosque. It was the first thing I saw when I came into the centre of Marrakech. You can't miss it. It's a very huge, tall building. From a purely aesthetic point of view, Marrakech so far definitely falls more in line with Fez than Rabat, Casablanca, Tangier, the other places I've been to so far. Again, that ancient city. Not a ton of modern aspects of it that I've seen so far, but again, it's early days. You had a lot more sellers here than many places. This is the most touristic place. It's where most tourists come to when they visit Morocco. So you're going to get that a lot more. Marrakech is known for its huge souk. Going into that very soon, and I'm curious to know what the difference is between that one and Fez, because Fez was also massive, so I can't wait to see what this one here, Marrakech, is like, because this is meant to be the ultimate one. But again, it's another beautiful day here in Morocco. Just amazing weather the whole time I've been here. So nice and warm. Slightly longer sleeve shirt today, but still shorts weather, of course.
After leaving the mosque, I headed back towards Jemaa el-Fnaa and then into the huge Marrakech souk. There are numerous souks here. I was already comparing this area to the Medinas I had been in across Morocco. There was a lot more space to move around in and a lot more tourists mixed in with the locals. But it still had the same huge range of goods to buy.
So it is very busy, but the difference is between here and Fez, it's a lot more open. Fez was tiny little streets, this is quite wide open, which makes it a bit easier to get around. Maybe because there's more people, it's a bit less pushy from the sellers. You have plenty more people to choose from and ask, whereas Fez is a bit more full on. It's quite surprising actually. I'm expecting it to be absolute chaos, but it actually wasn't.
This may be due to the time of year, and when the summer hits, this souk and the surrounding areas will become a lot busier. So I'm quite happy with the time of year I chose to come here. Every turn you take, there are things to do and see, like the Musée de Marrakech, for example, or the Madrasa Ben Youssef, a beautiful college right in the heart of the old Medina.
Even though it's obviously very, very busy here, it feels a lot more organised in the chaos. Because the streets are slightly wider, there's more space to walk around. Even though it means motorbikes come past a lot, even inside the souk, which isn't ideal.
As always, I wanted to get my fix of nature. So after walking through the souks and Medina, I headed to the local park for some downtime.
One thing I've loved about Morocco is that when you've been inside the busy areas, whether it's the Medina or a souk, like here in Marrakech, there always tends to be a really nice park really nearby. So you've got that relaxation after the sort of chaos. Even though with this one, the souk in Marrakech, it's actually been much more relaxing than I thought it was going to be. But like I said before, it's actually very well run, good amount of space. It's not too windy. The paths within the souks are all pretty straight, a few turns here and there, unlike Fez, which was winding every 10 or 15 yards. So it was so easy to get lost. And with that, you haven't got the fake tour guides, I guess you'd say, showing you directions and then asking for money. you're pretty much left alone, which again, is quite surprising, I think. This is called the Cyber Park, and it's next door to another park, I think, which I'll have a little look at after I've been in here. But I'm going to take 10 or 15 minutes in here just to relax, I think now. Find somewhere to sit and just be under the trees. It's really nice here, actually. But yeah, it's been a really good day so far. Again, you expect the busyness, you expect, the people and the sellers. So I think if you're on board with that, not too much will surprise you when you come here. There's other parts of Morocco which might be a bit more surprising than Marrakech is, but it's a beautiful place. And of course, there's tons of restaurants, tons of places to find food, whether it's some street food, little snacks in some carts, or proper restaurants. And again, later on, I'll be finding somewhere to have a nice Moroccan meal. So I found a little seat for the next 15 minutes or so. Lots of bird noises, so it's peaceful. And even there's quite a few people walking around, some tourists, some locals. It's a huge park, so it's never too busy. Yeah, just gonna enjoy, watch the cats, hear the birds, and chill. So I've left the Cyber Park now. I'm just walking on the slight outskirts of the main part of Marrakech. And you know it's the outskirts because it's surrounded by this massive wall. It's about 9 kilometers long. It's known as the Marrakech Wall. So again, it's generations old. But I'm just gonna keep continuing to explore the outer area of Marrakech before I head back inside. Let's see what bits I missed. This Marrakech trip is the last one of my Moroccan journey, and I've loved it. It's an absolutely amazing country. Obviously, there's always some little teething problems, getting used to people wanting to offer you things and, all that. I've been to that before in different countries. It's just getting used to the way they do it and the right way to respond. But it's been great. I've purposely not been to beachside places. I've decided to come to places that would really give me the Moroccan culture, to really see the country and not just beaches, which are obviously amazing. I love a beach, but I wanted this trip to be about exploring the main part of the country. And it feels like Marrakech is the best place to end. It is the most popular one in terms of visitors every single year. Many people think it's the capital city, but we all know that Rabat is the capital. But you can see why, because it has got so much to it. Even now, this walk along the Marrakech Wall, it's such a nice walk. If it wasn't right by a main road, it'd be perfect. But, you can't have everything. The only one place I wish I had time to get to is the Atlas Mountains, which is not too far away from here. That's on the list for my future trips. I want to come back to Morocco and see the Atlas Mountains, and there'll be plenty more places for me to visit as well. Obviously, Morocco is not just these 5 cities I've been to. There's plenty more to see. And that reminds me, if you can do me a favor, where else can I visit in Morocco? So leave your comments at the bottom of this video. Let me know where I should have been to. When I return for a future trip, where should I go to? Because there's obviously a lot of hidden gems in this country that I've not got round to seeing, but I want to come back and do it again. So leave comments, tell me where I should go to and why I should be there, and I'll get round to it as soon as I can.
As I had some more time before I got some food, I headed into a new souk for one last look around this ancient part of the city.
finished my meal, which was very nice. Wasn't the biggest in the world, but I just fancied eating somewhere a bit more local, just on the streets rather than found in a restaurant. So it's a bit more rustic, I would say. Just a full loaf of bread to go with the tagine. That was a tagine kafta, or kafta tagine, which is basically like minced meat with the vegetables, and I don't know if it was like egg on top or what it was, but it was tasty anyway. Yeah, it was all really good. And I might have a few snacks later on because, like I said, it wasn't the biggest in the world. So just off the main road that I was on is this little mall, quite up-end mall. It's quite random. Yeah, quite random, but quite cool.
And with that, my Morocco journey has come to an end for now. This was a great city to finish my trip, and I can't wait to be back in future. Check out some more of my videos and subscribe to the channel.